Everybody, and welcome back to the Rec Room. And today it is really living up to its name. I know you can't see a whole heck of a lot, but believe me, this place is a disaster. Uh, Working on a whole bunch of things. But hey, I'm your boy Tony the Brick Whisperer, and today we are going to essentially smash two videos together. And the reason why, still having technical issues, no idea why. First, our disclaimers: no one's giving me anything except Mrs. Brick Whisperer, who keeps, here, build this. Ooh, this is pretty, build this. Lego hasn't given me anything. Bricks and Minifigs Avondale hasn't given me anything. Everything is from our collection. So, with that, we are going to dive into, oh, it's over here. We're going to dive into our very first set, and that is, boom, set number 31208, The Great Wave. What a beautiful set this was. But hey, don't take my word for it. What do you say we dive straight in and get this video rolling? Here we go. So usually you see me building either here in my rec room or you see me building in the dining room. But today we are building in the living room. I just wanted a little bit of a change in pace here. So the Great Wave was released on the 1st of January of 2023, still yet to be announced as to when it's going to retire. This set had a recommended retail price of $100. Total piece count was 1,810 pieces. Now, this build was inspired by the great painting, The Great Wave, by Japanese artist Kazuchika Hakusai. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. And this set is not for the faint of heart. A lot of little pieces. Things have to go all in the correct, in the correct spot. Lots and lots of details, especially if you've ever seen the actual painting itself. So what I ended up doing with this set took me an hour and 41 minutes to build. So what did I end up doing? Well, obviously you see the time lapse going. You also see me going crazy fast. That's because not only did I use the time lapse during my very first edit, I ended up doing a second edit to make that time lapse even faster. So what took me an hour and 41, we're going to get through here in just a few minutes. Oh, there's Maya wanting to chill out with Dad, while everybody else in the family is walking around in the back. So yes, this is a truly beautiful set, and my wife could not wait to get this hung up in her office. Some of the challenges, at first I didn't have my brick separator with me, so when you make a mistake, then it's like, well, dang. And as you can see how I'm presently sitting, getting up was not exactly an option. And I definitely liked the leaves and the birds that they put on the wave to make it give that little detail. But again, you've got to make sure everything's in the right place. The framework was absolutely beautiful. So yeah, the framework was absolutely beautiful. Sorry about that brief momentary pause there. A delivery guy had to ring the doorbell. So this particular frame, I really liked it because of how it attaches to the actual artwork, and it also kind of gives almost that Japanese feel to it. And there it is. So I did not use the turntable, obviously, but I did want to show off what a beautiful and magnificent painting this is. What a magnificent and beautiful Lego set this is. So, like I said, a beautiful, beautiful artwork piece that is now hanging up in Mrs. Brick Whisperer's office, right alongside another beautiful artwork set that just recently came out. And I am talking about, boom, set number 31218, the Cherry the Japanese cherry blossom landscape. And as you can see, things are falling. Like I said, the place is a wreck. So, what do you say we just dive straight into the build? Here we go. All right, we are off. So, this set literally just released 2 weeks ago, January 1st, 2026. So, obviously, with this being a brand new set, there's no estimated time of retirement. This set had a recommended retail price of $140, 1,892 pieces, which took me just over 2 hours to complete. And the detail in this set, y'all, let me tell you, this was such an incredibly fun build. For those of you that are into the botanical sets, I think that this goes well with all of those botanicals. Truly magnificent set. The frame is really cool. Obviously, we're back in the rec room building. But the colors that they used, it was just phenomenal. Kind of like that pinkish coral sunset in the back. The first time I saw this set, just a picture, I saw the two things that are hanging up off the artwork, and I had absolutely no idea what it was. And then it was just one of those. My brain decided not to work that day apparently because it's like, oh, they're cranes. You got Mount Fuji in the back there. The way that it's almost as if this artwork is alive simply because of the way it just comes off the wall, the way it just comes off the quote unquote canvas. Now, this is where things start to get a little interesting because, as you see, I made a mistake, so I had to go through and repair all of that. But this is where things get, start to take a little turn for repetitiveness because now we're starting to get into those finer details, the trees on the side of this hill, cliff, whatever you want to call it. As you see, we already started the waterfall there. Got some of the cherry blossoms there right next to the waterfall on the bottom of the hill. And using these plates in the manner in which they did to kind of create that moving, shimmering, reflective body of water. Loved the colors. But one of the, I guess you could say, key features of this entire set we will be getting started on shortly, and that's the waterfall coming off of the quote-unquote painting, coming, flowing off of the frame, and we will see that here shortly. All right, so now we get the frame attached, and here we go with that waterfall. Now, one of the cool things about this particular waterfall, as you can see right there, you can barely make out the hinges, so you don't have to hang this up. And when you stand it up on like a desktop, the hinge swivels out, and then it almost looks like the waterfall is coming off of the artwork and almost creating a puddle. So when this set came out, I thought, okay, yep, Mrs. Brick Whisperer is probably going to want this. And when she first saw it, before we even bought it, she was like, ooh, that's beautiful. I think I really want to get it. And then I got it for her. I put it together, as you just saw, and I took it into her office while she was in a meeting with her supervisor. And she was beside herself. She absolutely loves it. And now she gets to look at it every day, which, hey, she loves it. I love doing this stuff for her. It's a win-win in my book. So, what do you say we move on to the next build? I was originally intending on this video only being the Great Wave and that landscape. But I started recording the next two builds. And then some craziness ensued. And I just decided, you know what? We'll just smash it all together. So we're going to really quickly knock out, boom, set number 10348, the Japanese maple tree. So as you can see, it very much resembles yet another bonsai tree. So if you wish to take count here, she has the 3 mini bonsai trees. She has the original bonsai tree, which she decided to blend the green bonsai tree with the pink cherry blossom aspects to it. I think I put it on here. I'm gonna have to do some looking, but I also had done that particular, the very first bonsai tree as a winter, with a winter look to it. So winter look, her pink one, the 3. This would make number 6. I'm starting to think she likes bonsai trees. But hey, what do you say we just get right into the build? Here we go. So, as you can see, now Lego has moved on to using these paper bags instead of the poly bags that they have come to use. I would imagine Lego is trying to be a little bit more eco-friendly, whatever the case may be. When you're putting together a set that has this, you have to be careful because these paper bags love to hold on to parts. So if you are building anything and you find that a piece is missing, the first thing you should do, take a look inside those little paper bags. I know the poly bags, they had a habit of grabbing and hold of parts and just hanging on to them for dear life. These paper bags, even more so. All right, so the Japanese maple, this set was released on the 1st of February of 2025. Still not yet announced as to when it will retire. Recommended retail price of $110. 1,161 pieces. So this set, oh wait a minute, I just gave you all that wrong information. This set released on the 1st of June of 2025 with a recommended retail price of $60. 474 parts, which took me approximately 34 minutes to put together. I liked how, in fact, all right, so this is one of those sets where Lego's quality control could use a little work. I understand that the vast majority of it is automated. I understand that most of the bags are weighed, and so long as it's within that weight limit, a tolerated weight limit, there's nothing to worry about. Well, here in the next bag or two, I will find that one of the necessary parts came with an incorrect color. In fact, it's this one. And essentially I have two options. One or three options. One, leave it be, which is kind of what I did. Maybe I'll reach out to them and which is option 2, reach out to Lego. If you get a brand new set and you find that it's missing something, reach out to Lego and they will send you the correct piece. It might take, a week or two, but it will get to you. Option 3, just find it on your own. But I certainly liked the colors. I liked how this thing, resembles, being in the fall or almost like a fire bush. We have these, this cactus here in Arizona. We call it the fire stick. Very similar colors. Hey Lego, there's an idea for you for the next botanical. Do a fire stick cactus. And so I love the colors of this thing. It really makes it just pop. Definitely an eye catcher. And there we are. And I think I probably could have turned up the lighting on this one a little bit, but it still looks absolutely amazing, in my opinion. So now, yet another botanical off to Mrs. Brick Whisperer. We're going to get one more knocked out for her right now, but this one we're not going to watch. I am referring to, boom, set number 10345, the flower arrangement. So a very cool looking set, very pretty, lots of colors. And the reason why we are not going to watch it is because all data from the build gone. Now, in some cases, what I would do when I find something like that out, I will completely take the set apart and go again. But because this had 1,161 pieces, this set took me almost an hour and a half to put together. I did not feel like taking it apart and rebuilding it. But here it is. So a lot of beautiful colors. Mrs. Brick Whisperer absolutely loves these little bad boys. Why? Because all the petals look like purple butterflies. Well, in fact, if you look, they are little purple butterflies. So the detail on this, I mean, her favorite flower is the lily. Right there's the lily. Just the colors of this is absolutely amazing. The fact that it has its own little pot, Mrs. Brick Whisperer loves. So we are not going to dive too much into that. Whoop. See, I told you, it's a wreck in here. So, with that, I'm going to work on getting this video knocked out. We still have a handful of other botanical sets that we got to do. Do you remember those glass vases with the purple and black gems in them? Well, Mrs. Brick Whisperer has decided that to go with the flow in our room, she's changing the vases, whatever you want to call it. And so they have arrived. So I will soon be getting to those. But this afternoon, I get to go build one of Mrs. Brick Whisperer's sets that my niece also has. So you're about to see more of the Brick Whisperer family. So thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. Share this with anybody you know that loves Lego. And with all of that being said, let me hear y'all loud and proud. We will see you when we see you. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your day. Bye.